I was scammed $80,000 USD. And I've never talked about it until now in this video. It's been going on for like 9 months. I have all the evidence, and in this video, we're gonna expose the truth, tell you what happened and what happens next. Now, this story starts way back November 4th, 2022, when my best friend Damon Fryer surprised me with the Lamborghini Aventador S.
I got you a new car. Shut up. Dead serious.
Are you serious? Is this real?
Dead serious. For real.
I'm legit shocked right now, and it's hard to surprise me. I'm actually a little bit like thrown off by this. Wow. So excited to get that car. Listen to that big V12. I got the car, did an exhaust like Scantani. It shot flames, and that was pretty much it. No build beyond that. And one day, Damon's like, why are you not building that car? You have an Aventador. For whatever reason, the car didn't connect with me. So he said, cool, sell it and build a car you're actually passionate about. Not YouTube, not clicks and views. Like, what do you actually want to build? And there's one car I really wanted to build for years and years and years. I didn't think it was possible. But then I found out maybe it was. One small issue. To make this build work, to make my dream come true, I need to get a very specific body kit. You can't just buy it. In fact, it's a whole body replacement. And that's basically what deterred me from the get-go. But I thought I found a solution. I thought I had the answer, and I was so excited I was blinded by it. I wasn't paying attention to the obvious warning signs, so I wanted it so bad. So we're here right now at Drive LA, a rental car company. They let me borrow a car for the day to show you guys the base of my dream car.
Dude, it looks mean. This is a cool looking car, dude.
I'm gonna show you and these guys later in the video the vision for this car.
Yeah.
And it's my absolute favorite. Okay. It's unconventional.
Okay.
But so am I. You guys wanna see it? You wanna see it right now? Boom. 2021 Bentley Continental GT.
Of course.
You guys know I love luxury cars. I had them all on back in 2020. Sold the Bentley because it was too long to fit in my garage. It was like 19 feet. It's super impractical. So what did I buy? I bought the Rolls-Royce Wraith. Love that thing. Twin turbo V12. It was fast, had the starry roof, the wood doors. But I've got 2 kids.
Yeah.
And that wasn't a DD build car, it was my car. So I was like, that's dumb. What did I do? I sold it, bought a G-Wagon. So I had this vision of taking this car and building it into a GT3 for the street. The Bentley GT3 wide carbon body on this car for a street. That was the plan. And unfortunately, the scammer ruined my vision and it all fell apart. We'll take a car for a drive, bring it back safe, and share more of the story. And also, I wasn't the only one involved in this scam. Friends of mine lost tons of money. You can't fake this smile.
Business.
I love this car. It drives so nice. I don't know why I love this brand. And don't get me wrong, I love the 599, I love the Squadron. I wouldn't trade that for this. But it's okay to love more than one person. Isn't it? They did it back in the 40s, man. That's normal, right? Now I got all these rules. Back at the HQ in the amazing Bentley GT. We have a sponsor in today's video. Now, this car's cost money to build. We have a sponsor, and today that sponsor is our favorite. It's Celsius, and it's all about the vibe. The theme is, what's your vibe? You have Oasis vibe, which is sparkling prickly pear lime. Fantasy vibe, sparkling mandarin marshmallow. That's definitely my favorite. Peach vibe, which is their sparkling white peach edition. Last but not least, you have tropical vibe, which is sparkling starfruit pineapple edition. Is that you?
Gone.
Get in there, get in there, get in there.
Vibe.
That's definitely, it sounds like a strange flavor. Sparkling mandarin marshmallow, but it's so delicious.
When I first tasted that one, I tripped out. It tastes really good.
Cheers, Mark. I need to wake you up.
Cheers, brother.
Big kick of caffeine, all stuff you need, especially after a long day in a Bentley.
That's for sure.
Life is very difficult. All right, guys, Fantasy Vibe, my absolute favorite. If this flavor ever goes away, which it might, because most of these 5 ones are limited edition, I'll be heartbroken. So I literally have 2 cases hidden from all you guys. Oh, all I need in my life to be happy. I'm a simple guy. A Bentley, a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, and a can of Celsius.
A simple man.
I've been drinking this now for years. In fact, on Gumball, tons of you guys brought out cans of Celsius because they didn't sell it in most parts of the world. So I had Celsius the entire trip. So thanks to Celsius for believing in us, for supporting us and our vision. If you have yet to try Celsius, you're basically living under a rock. Go to a gas station, grab a can, whatever can you like, try it for yourself, and let me know below. How much did you love it? Did it change your life? What you got going on, Mark?
We got the spoiler up now.
Spoiler alert!
Yeah, man. This thing is so cool.
You like
I see
it?
why you like these now.
Right?
I'm spoiled now. Why race car?
This is so much better than the Wraith. The Wraith was so floaty, it was too comfortable. Bentley has a perfect combination of sport and luxury. This is an amazing car. And again, you're gonna lose a lot of depreciation, especially if you cut the body off. But imagine this, the GT3 wide body race car on the street, on the outside, everyone's like, it's a race car. So on the inside, You're chilling. Yeah, he gets it. He gets it.
My
he
guy.
gets the life.
My brother.
So now you guys understand why I wanted the car and the vision. And what's wild, I was not expecting, is how amazing this car drives. It doesn't feel heavy. It's not sluggish. I'm actually shocked. I wasn't expecting that. I thought I'd have to do a lot of modifications to this car to make it drive like a sports car, but it feels like a sports car. Lowered a little bit, and the brakes are actually massive, dude. Like, the brakes are...
The biggest brakes I've ever.
Put your hand next to that brake caliper, because you're a big person. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Like, dwarfs.
Nuts.
Dwarfs. You know what we have?
Like, look at Garrett's.
Can you grab the 720 caliper?
Yeah.
So more aggressive pads, you'd be fine. But herein lies the problem. Herein lies why I went after this kit. Why I went on Facebook and it escalated from there to find this kit from this scammer. It's because if you look around right now in the DDHQ and look at the evolution of this brand, where are we going? We have an actual Huracan Super Trofeo Evo 2 race car. Full carbon, it's wild looking, all the details, the big wing, Squadra Corsa, full carbon, crazy. It's gold, like look at how aggressive these cars are together. Then you have Damon's KB43 Street Huracan Super Trofeo on the Huracan 580 chassis. And again, crazy, wild liveries. Race car, race car, race car, because race car. In fact, the one car we have that doesn't fit in is my 599, which is converted to manual, which is cool, but it doesn't have the styling, which means we're gonna have to get real dramatic on this car to make it fit in. But again, the Bentley, as you can tell, one of these things is not like the other. If you want to fit in, if you want to be in the channel, you need to look the part. To buy this car, which I want so bad now, I need that kit or it doesn't work.
And here's the caliper from the F12.
Oh yeah, show it next to this one. Ferrari, Bentley. Oh my God. And that's from an F12,
Yeah.
a supercar. So yeah,
crazy.
she's got some heavy brakes on her. So by now it's probably pretty obvious to you guys, I love this car. And this is before I even drove the car for the first time. I was already in love with the build concept, but I knew I can't get the car without the kit. That's been established, great. So first thing I do, I go to Google and I search Bentley Continental GT3 kit, race kit. Real, fake, I don't care. And I find a seller on Facebook, has a Facebook page that has the old generation Bentley GT kit. So I thought, hey, I'll hit the message button, I'll see if it makes it for this car. And guess what? He replied and said, yes, he has a kit for this car, full carbon fiber. And at this point, I'm so pumped, I'm like blinded by love. Now I can't show you the chat because unfortunately I was blocked and deleted after some time and the chat went away. But I did convert from Facebook Messenger to WhatsApp and I have all those conversations I'll show you right now. So he says you want both kits, Bentley GT3 and new R8 Evo 2 kit. So we had talked on Facebook about doing a kit for a GT as well as for an R8 because he has the new kit for the R8 that nobody had yet. And Damon was like, hey, I could do that build, you do this build, could be some fun. So I said, I think so, I think we do both. I need pricing and parts list for both cars. And he said basically, the parts list for the Bentley you already have. He emailed me an actual invoice without a price on it yet, but with all the parts on it that he builds. No pictures, I won't show you guys, it's boring, but it's basically all the parts I need. He says for the R8, it's a bit different, it's a different car. He's referring to the old R8 and the new R8 race kit. And then he says to me, but without doors in carbon. So for the GT, you can do carbon door skins and a carbon roof. I decided it wasn't worth the money. I don't want to cut the roof off. It'll add more time and I'll wrap the car anyway, so it's not worth it. I said, how much for Bentley? I said again, no roof, no doors with the actual race mirrors. He goes, approximately 65,000 euros. 65,000 euros is about 80,000 USD at the time. It could be different today, but 80 grand. R8, I have a separate list for, separate message. So that's the R8, that's separate. I said, cool. How much for freight to California? And he goes, you're in California. For Bentley, I think 2 wooden boxes, 2,000 euros. Very reasonable. The kit for that car was like $15,000 to get here, so it's like 2,000 euros is cool, but is that by air? If it's by sea, it could take months, air is a week. In between then, he sends pictures of what it looks like a kit. Now remember, the kit's not built yet. He says, I have the kit, meaning I have the molds. So at first he said I had the kit, then I found out he has the molds to make the kit. Cool, 2 months, no big deal. Super professional, like you guys can see here, right? All packed up nicely, all carbon. And at this point, I'm so excited. Like the impulsive, like just send the money right now. It's a lot of money, I mean, $80,000. You could buy a nice car. You could buy 2 of Mark's Type Rs. It's a lot of money, but if this is the actual kit, like if I get a full carbon kit for this car, $80,000 is a lot cheaper than Bentley if Bentley were to sell one. I bet you it's probably $500,000 from Bentley with all brand new part numbers. So I'm like, done, sold. And he says, yep, so we ship like this, all air freight. So 65,000 euro, I verified it again. So what do you need to get started? Do you want a deposit? How does it all work? There's a cost of manufacturing, not only the materials, but the time dedication. He needs to know that I'm serious. He goes, money, with the guy doing the weights thing. And at this point, we're buddy-buddy, I laughed. Of course, money. How much? He says, I have to order a lot of weave. Then he asked me, do you want to do the Bentley first and then the Audi? Because we can make parts for our car too, and I would step-by-step your parts. So he's asking me, I want to do both cars. Kind of skipped past that. I said, okay, do you need a deposit to get going? Because he said he wanted money, and I said, well, how much? And he ignored me. Do you need a deposit? Do you have a contract? Yes, we are working with prepayment. We have to buy weave, prepare molds, pay the staffs, etc. Normally, we are working with an invoice in Germany. You get, you pay, we start, we send. I'm confused. And again, this is in Germany, so English is not his first language, fair enough. So then I said, so full payment up front would be the best, and I update you permanently and send you pics from the parts step by step. And parallel, we can start with the Audi parts, like the front bumper, rear bumper, etc. The GT3 has another exhaust. Do you want to stay genuine? So he's asking about the GT3 build on the Bentley. Here's the thing, I'm excited. I'm prepared at this point to pay full price. Cool, 75,000, whatever. So I said to him, for the Bentley, send me an invoice with a list of parts to make sure I'm getting what I'm paying for. Put my email in there. He goes, I'll do this tomorrow. You want to buy a new car or a used one? I said used. I said, oh, we're going to the Bentley? I want to buy a used one and leave the interior completely stock. So we got confused a few times about the R8 and the Bentley, and that made kind of confusing, but I tried to clarify as much as I could. And then it's a few days later, and I'm all excited, and I told David, and he's all excited because he's worse than I am for being impulsive. And I'm like, this is a lot of money. He doesn't live here. I don't know this guy. What if I don't get what I paid for? So I thought, what's the next step in doing that? Well, references. So I say, thanks man, what assurance do I have that I'll get the kit after I pay? I'm nervous about sending that much money. Do you have references? Have you worked with any LA shops? He sent a list, one I reached out to, didn't hear back right away. I did hear back eventually. I'll post that later, that conversation. It'll blow your mind. So I find this person's Instagram and I go and see who they're following. They're following my boy Josh at Bowden. So okay, well, if they're following Josh, maybe Josh knows who he is. So I messaged Josh. So this is what he said. And I quote in the words of Josh, bro, call me. Josh.
What up?
How are you?
Good.
So tell the audience what happened with your situation with the same manufacturer.
I had a client that wanted to order an R8 GT3 kit, so I did my due diligence, asked a couple people, and they recommended this gentleman. We spoke for a minute, got pricing, got details, got ETAs. Everything was good. You know, he does a lot of work for the race teams, this and that. So I sent him a wire for 50%, and then he said he needs another 50%. So it was around 70,000 euros or USD. I forgot exactly which one it was. Months went by, 6 months went by, a year went by, and still haven't heard anything. So then I finally said, hey, the customer wants to cancel. And then I just need a refund. He said, okay, no problem. And then I was chasing him for a year, nothing happened. Then just completely ghosted me. Just been excuse after excuse. And at this point, you know, I've handed it off to an attorney out in Europe, but I haven't been pushing too much on it. Just, you know, obviously time consuming, but completely misled me, completely lied, completely scammed me. A lot of money. I mean, 70 grand is a lot. You know, at the time we were fairly new and not as big as we are now, but it definitely hurt.
Yeah, so my bill was $80,000 and he wanted full upfront payment as well. And then when I heard your story, I started to panic. Thankfully, I hadn't sent the money yet, but I also talked to other people who had the same situation. Now, you mentioned he works for a race team and that's how he has access to copy the parts. But we don't really know, does he actually work for a race team and does he actually deliver parts ever?
I basically got robbed, you know, I sent a wire and I haven't had any product for a few years and they're just kind of living their life. It's not cool.
And that's why in this video we're not saying the company's name or his name because there is active litigation. And that's why in a lawsuit there's certain things you can and can't do. We can talk about this, we can't give details. That could hurt your case and potentially our case. So we'll leave the name out of it for now. But the moral story is do your diligence. If it's too good to be true, maybe it is. And in this case, dude, Josh, I have the car right here.
And it wasn't like a crazy deal or anything. It wasn't, you know, the guys just said that they do these parts, we can get it. Here's pictures, you know, all this stuff. And as I'm, you know, he's pitching me on a whole bunch of stuff as I'm, you know, through this whole process. And, I got a little bit of a fishy taste, but I just went for it. I mean, it wasn't the right thing to do, and I'm obviously paying for it, but yeah.
That's interesting because he, in the same way with us, I mentioned what other cars do you do, and he really wanted us to do 2 cars at once. He's like, I'll do them both at the same time.
Yeah.
So
Weird, right?
buy 2 kits off of me, and we'll do the R8 and the Bentley at the same time, which makes no sense. They're separate molds. There's no interchangeable parts in these cars whatsoever.
You can Google their name yourself and scam after it. There's like forum threads on him scamming people for little parts.
Okay, we need to find that.
3, 4 here and there. Yeah.
So did you say $300 or $400 part scams as well, like that low?
3 or 4 grand. Yeah.
3 or 4 grand.
There's that one, like little pieces, like mirrors or little parts, not a full kit. You'll see for yourself that we're not alone.
Well, I found out where his office is in Germany.
Oh yeah, I have it too.
We know where he is.
So maybe we should go over there.
Oh, you can go over there. Actually, I have friends in Germany from Gumball.
That's where I was born.
Maybe we'll call. You born in Germany?
Yeah.
Speaking the Deutsch?
Boden Auto House.
Oh, all makes sense now. By the way, Josh, look at this. We actually have the car here right now that I want to build.
Sick.
Right? GT, this car is so sick, dude. I love it. But you can tell Josh, like, this is DDE, baby. It's all race cars. I can't get that car without the kit. So I have to find a way of finding the kit now, and I don't know how. The investigation continues. More to come, you guys, because it's not as simple as Josh lost money. Apparently, a lot more people lost a lot of money. Thanks, dude. Appreciate your time. Thanks, man.
Later.
Bye. I had that conversation with Josh, and then I say, did you do anything with Josh at Bowden? Right? He still follows Josh. He still follows him on Instagram. He says, my ex-co-partner did anything with him, but he is not anymore in company. If you have no trust, no problem. We can let this business, or you can come to pick up your parts in Germany, no problem. So then I said, I can come to Germany. If you don't trust me, come to Germany. I said, oh, okay, I just called Josh. He said he paid for an R8 kit, but never received it. Sad face. Now he explains himself. Well, that was an ex-partner from the US. We will find a 200% solution. I come to LA for a talk. We follow each other, so I have good contact to Danny. Danny is somebody else I reached out to, so stay tuned for that. So he's referring Danny. As far as like, I'm a good guy, talk to Danny. I said, yeah, I want the kit. Just need to make sure we have an agreement with a schedule. I could fly out there too. So I'm saying, okay, I'll come to Germany. A DD tour, go to Germany, go to the Autobahn, be fun. My location's really bad. Sorry, Germany goes down here. I come to you in LA. My son rides scooter. See my stories. So he's saying, no, don't come here, it's bad. I'll come to you. I said, where in Germany are you? He goes, and I don't shoot me for the pronunciation, Neumünster near Hamburg. At this point, my spy sense goes off, and I'm thinking to myself, it's not gonna happen. But I'm this much invested into it, I haven't sent money yet. But I had the money ready to go, I had the wire information, I had everything set to send the money. Then the next day, he says to me, hello Dave, maybe we'll find another supplier for that kit. Have a nice day. He's playing hardball. All right then, find one somewhere else, because he knows nobody makes this kit. But the truth is, he doesn't have the kit. Then 2 days later, I'm not replying. Again, I'm still trying to do my research, and I'm still frustrated and upset. He goes, shall we cancel the invoice in our booking account program? I don't reply, leave him on red. 2 days later, hello Dave, no contact anymore. Can we delete all things and shall we cancel the invoice in our booking program? It is important for us to know, if you want Bentley GT3 project, you have to change the chassis. Only an advice. Please let me know about the invoice, we can chat. In the meantime, what did I do? I talked to Danny. I have Danny's permission to show this. Danny's a guy, he has a 458, you've seen him in the videos, or his cars anyway, he's in the Bay Area. Great guy, builds cars, has a pretty cool car collection. This entire conversation is by Instagram DM. I said, hey bro, I need a reference check on this guy. This is January 21st, so this is why I'm ghosting him. He goes, who is it? And I sent him a screenshot and of the guy's account. I said, have you worked with him? He goes, no. Want me to ask around? And I'm like, he's never heard of him? Did he lie to me? Well, that changes everything. Then I sent him a picture of the conversation with the supplier. I'm like, maybe it's a different Danny. He goes, oh, it's me. And I quote, F that guy. I ordered more than half a year ago, still didn't ship it yet. I replied, oh my God. He goes, scammer, stay away from that guy. I said, oh man, really? He goes, 100%. He still get the part in 3 weeks. It's been half a year. He keeps saying it'll be shipped. It never happened. I said, I was gonna order the full GT3 kit for my Bentley Continental. He goes, no. Then he shows me his messages to him. And it literally shows him trying to get a hold of him. Now I understand why you have a lot of bad reviews. I still trust you, but it didn't work. Hello? Hi. Can you respond? Hello? Question marks. Hey, hello? He's ghosted him. He's completely ripped off my boy Danny. And I replied, GTFO. And he goes, don't ever deal with that guy. I said, I won't, it's too good to be true. Then I asked him, like, who else makes this part? And he goes, nobody does. My heart was broken. So back to this. I said, I can't prepay you. I've talked to a few people, including Danny, that shared concerns about communication and long wait times. I'm happy to buy it. I still want it. I'm still in love. But I need assurance. I need things in writing. And basically went on and on and on about issues. Oh, there's a problem with the supplier. I had to wait 5 minutes for the actual splitter. I had to do this. I had to do that. He's gonna get 2 sets for free. And making excuses. Then he said, last year I had Corona really bad. And I was in the hospital for 5 weeks. And if that's true, I'm sorry, dude. Like, if you were sick, I'm glad you're better. I had it for a while and it sucked. So, okay, give him the doubt for that one. Then we're back to the original script here. Sorry, but I can't start without any prepayment. The prepeg weave is really expensive. And we're preparing for our R8 GT3 tests. Again, he claims that he works for a race team. That's how he has access to all the parts. I have a really big interest in doing this project with you for social media, but I cannot do this without prepayment. I wish you best of luck for that project. It's not easy. It needs chassis work, and I know how to do it, but thank you for your response, and thanks for contacting me. Delivery time will be 8 to 10 weeks for these parts, and I left it there. 8 to 10 weeks, everyone's getting ripped off. I was really excited, and 10 weeks is really short. If you could have done that in 10 weeks, like, unheard of. And I moved on, and I gave up, and I was like, well, that's it for that. But then, February 9th, WhatsApp blows up. He's back for more. Hello, Dave. I can organize from a customer used repaired hood and 2 repaired fenders. So we had 2 fenders and a hood from the actual race car with pictures. If you need new parts, I have nothing in stock, we have to make them. And remember, last conversation, he said, have a good time. If you want it, it's 10 weeks. I haven't replied to him. Now he's saying that I have a used hood, used fenders, and if you want other stuff, I can make them for you. But I think you want the perfect quality, right? I said, I'm gonna wrap it. How much for those 3 items? Oh, okay. Then this is good enough. He wants 10,000 euros for these parts. Shipping's extra. Do you want the parts? I can inform the customers today. I said, what's his best price? 10K is a lot. At this point, I think everything's a lie, so I'm pretty much just having fun with them. This is the best price. I have to ship them from the UK to me in Germany. I have to pay tax, custom, because of Breck exit, but I can support you with your build. Just basically saying that I know how to build this car, I can support you through it, blah, 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 blah. He's trying to sell a kit still. I said, I want to buy the complete kit, but I fear either I won't get it like Josh, or it'll take a year. Basically saying the same thing, it takes 10 weeks, yada, yada, yada. I said, okay, cool. And this is me showing a bit more interest again. Like, I do want it. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe Josh and him had a one-off. Maybe it was a business partner. So I said, cool. 50 up front, 50 on delivery. And it basically says I can't do that. It's cost for shipping, blah, 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 blah. So I said, basically, I'll pay half now, half later. He skipped past that, explained more about used parts and freight and all that. And I'm saying, no, I want the full kit. Do you have the molds for the full kit? Yes, I have them. Then he says, cool, let's start with 50% down and let's see how it goes. And at this point, I'm like, there's just too much evidence. So I back off. Then he says, a couple days later, Dave, any news? What should we do? Let's get this going. And now he's getting frustrated. Well, then you know what? I'm gonna put the other GT3 kits on Facebook if you don't want them. 2 days later, they're now on my story. 2 days later, my customer was asking me if you want them or not. I don't know if there was any used parts ever. This could have been the scam the whole time. Josh mentioned the fact that there are $3,000 and $4,000 and $5,000 parts people aren't getting. So maybe he knew he wasn't gonna get the big paycheck from me, but maybe, just maybe, he'll get a little paycheck from me for the hood and the fenders. Basically, this is the end of it. He's saying, hey man, my customer needs an answer, blah, 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 blah. And I stopped replying. We delete this chat, good luck. And I said, no thanks, I don't want the kit. I get a thumbs up. Every single person that asked about you had an issue. You also need to pay back Josh. That's dirty business. He reads it, doesn't reply, and then he turns on disappearing messages. So basically, once he realized I was onto him, he turned it on so the messages disappeared like Snapchat. Then he sent some not so nice ones. I didn't screenshot them. I had moved on at that point. I wish I did now, and that's where we are today. No kit for a GT3. Josh is owed thousands of dollars. Danny never got his splitter, and apparently there's a whole form of people who are owed money right now. Now, here's the question. How do I fulfill my dream and build the ultimate Bentley? We have the resources. We have Mike Essa, we have Tim, we have a full fab shop here. We can install the kit, that's not a problem. But nobody, and I've continued to look, the dream's not over yet in my head. Nobody sells that kit. Bentley won't sell that kit. My options are basically find the race car, scan it, and using all these tools, have Mike Essa build the brackets and all the stuff we need to make that a reality. And I really hope it doesn't turn into this, because this is a bit too much for your boy Dave DD to handle. That's a Damon Fryer commitment right there. All right, Mark, you gonna be in charge while I'm gone, buddy?
I am.
You nervous?
Iron fist. I will rule this office.
You've got some big stuff happening. You guys have already seen the 720 builds. That's all Mark. And then F12 is coming back. Some big progress.
Yeah.
So a big part arrived and apparently it came damaged, and that's gonna be a huge setback. It's stressful building these cars, but thanks to you guys and sponsors like Celsius, we can do it. And we're pushing things to a level now never been done before. You're gonna see builds on this channel, like the Bentley GT3 car. I'm gonna make that happen no matter what. We're gonna do things that are crazy in this channel that are gonna take time and energy, and with your support, we can do it. So all I ask for you guys is watch our videos. Make your friends watch the video on their own phones. If you and your friends are in a room together, you all watch the vlog on separate phones.
You gotta sync it up.
Yeah, sync it up.
All right, 3, 2, 1. No, you went too soon. Okay.
And watch all the
again?
ads.
Okay, go.
Because I'm not joking, we've spent all of our money. There's nothing left. Mark used to have a nice watch. Now he has a fake Omega.
What?
Yeah, I swapped them on you. Put it to your ear. Stings,
Why
right?
is it buzzing?
Hi, bro.
Good to see you, man.
See you when I see ya.
See you again soon.
Don't forget Damon's picture, 30 minutes every day of eye contact. And now we get another drive-in traffic in the Bentley Continental GT, and I'm not complaining, even though the words I'm saying are complaints. Here's where I need your help if you're watching right now and you have any access to a real GT3 Bentley Continental. I have a few options on how to accomplish this. I find the real car and I scan it and have somebody somewhere 3D print or build the kit. That's the most complicated way. Number two, you're watching this and you are part of a Bentley race team. Now, I believe the GT3 program's been discontinued, so there's no more active teams. Someone told me that, I could be wrong. Correct me if I am in fact wrong. But if you have the ability to get me a kit, a used or new one, ideally used because of the whole money thing, I really want to make this happen. And additionally, what's your thoughts? Would you want to see that on the channel? Is this a good idea or is it a really bad idea? I see pictures of that car, especially in that livery I showed you guys earlier. I'm absolutely in love with it. But you guys have to like it too, because without your views, I ain't paying for an $80,000 kit.